Hello there, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to a Friday night show. A little different this evening. Usually on Friday evenings we would do a live show because Everton would have a match at the weekend for us to talk about and review and get some predictions. But we are on international break, aren't we? England do have a game tomorrow, but I think us Premier League fans across the board will all agree that having international break so quick into the season is a killer. It's been like this for as long as I can remember, really, but it's still an absolute killer. And we moan about it every season, but we are where we are. So no live show this week, but it gives me an opportunity to bring this show to you, a short show to you, covering some good news, some bad news, and a little extra, which you've probably seen on the thumbnail and down below. I'm going to give you my starting 11, Everton starting 11 of the past 15 years, and I'll explain why I'm doing that shortly. So let's get started. I'm actually going to start on the good news because the bad news leads into my Everton starting 11. But I tell you what, before I do, you'll see at the bottom scroll, along the bottom, there's some information, and it does say how you can join Fanalysis. Now, Fanalysis, I've told you about this the past couple of videos I've done. Fanalysis is a new social media platform built for football fans only at the moment, really, and it's a way for you to engage with fans of your own club, supporters of your own club, and not get mixed up with other fans jumping in. If you put a comment out on Twitter, for example, about Everton, you would likely get some Liverpool fans, Manchester United fans, whatever, jumping in and joining in, and the comments and discussion you wanted will probably go in a direction you didn't want it to go. So Fanalysis is a way to avoid that. Have a look at it. And the other links I've put down is for M's draws. Now, I've showed these in my last few videos as well, and I just think they're absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to keep giving her a little plug. So M's draws, she sent me this sketch she did of Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, and he actually signed it for her when she seen him at the Titanic Hotel. And this one of Jack Grealish, which I've put in a little frame at the moment, and personally I think they are outstanding. So the links are down there for you to have a look at what M's Draws does. If you want to have a look, that's how you can have a look. So good news, we will start with good news, is that Jack Grealish has been selected for the player of the month for the month of August. But he's in this selection for player of the month. He is not the player of the month. I should correct that. Not yet. Anyway, not yet. He's in the shortlist for it. He's in the shortlist along with Ricardo Calafiori of Arsenal, Hugo Ekitike, Liverpool, Mark Gahey, Crystal Palace. Thank God he's still Crystal Palace. Erling Haaland, Manchester City, João Pedro of Chelsea, Antoine Semenyo of Bournemouth, and Dominic Szoboszlai of Liverpool as well. I mean, there's only one winner here, isn't there? I'm going to just read out the section about Jack Grealish the Premier League have put. So played 3, won 2, drawn none, lost 1. That Leeds game still haunts me. I think it will all season. 4 assists is just brilliant, isn't it? And he's really hit the ground running at Everton up to now, which we're all absolutely overjoyed about, I think. But it says Grealish has made an incredible start to his Everton career since joining from Manchester City this summer, producing 4 assists, double the total of any other Premier League player this season. He assisted both goals as Everton beat Brighton and Hove Albion in their first match at Hill-Dixon Stadium before setting up 2 more goals in a 3-2 victory at Wolves that put Everton 5th in the table. So that's fantastic news, isn't it? He will also, if Jack Grealish was to win Player of the Month for August, believe it or not, he will be the first Everton player to win it since Dominic Calvert-Lewin in 2020. So yeah, that's 5 years since an Everton player has won Player of the Month. So massive good luck to Jack Grealish. I I sincerely hope he wins, and I genuinely think he should, up against the players he's up against. I'm going to say that, but it's true. I think he should. I think he's really hit the ground running. So yeah, fingers crossed on that one. Other good news that I wasn't actually going to bring up today, but I now have to because it's not long been brought out. But Everton are open to talks. Everton are to open talks with Jordan Pickford over a new contract and want their keeper to end his career at the Merseyside club. It's understood that the Fryken Group see 31-year-old as key in their push for a return to European football. There's quite a few things there, isn't there? Amazing. I couldn't agree more that it's imperative that we get Jordan Pickford signed up. I absolutely love Jordan Pickford as a keeper, as an Everton player. In fact, you'll see here I've had some new t-shirts done, and we've got this one here. He hates Newcastle. He hates their night. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. So that one's there. That's our newest one. Plenty more of those coming. But yeah, and also the way it says as well that they want him ideally to finish his career at Everton, and he's integral to our push for Europe as well. So it's really good to see the vision of where the club is going, and that path that we seem to be on. I mean, it's of course always the goal, isn't it, to do better and reach those heights, but right now it feels like we're actually it feels like we kind of deviated off the path somewhere several years ago, and we've slowly but surely on a windy road, but we found our way back to that path, metaphorically speaking, of course. I'm sure you all get what I mean, but it seems like we're just managing to navigate our way back there. And I mean, it's early days, but look, it's looking good. You know, we've got Grealish in the Player of the Month nominations. We've got 2 wins out of the 3, and honestly, I feel like if we played Leeds now, I feel like we beat them easy. And gutted about that Leeds game still, but anyway, it looks good. That's two pieces of good news. Now the bad news, unfortunately, is regarding our left back, Vitali Mykolenko, who went out on international duty. He met up with the Ukraine camp, and it's been reported that he's had to leave the camp due to injury, and has been sent home because of that. It's also been released that the Ukraine camp are said to be furious with Everton for allowing Mykolenko to play 90 minutes in consecutive fixtures post-injury. Now, I think they said something as well, like they can't believe that teams still treat their players like that in this day and age. Something along those lines. That's nonsense, really, isn't it? Because, you know, Everton and the coaches, the camp at Everton, always bring the players back in when they're ready, because it almost frustrates us fans that we feel like, you know, the players on the bench, he should be fit, he should be playing. But obviously the Ukraine camp aren't happy. They're not happy because he's not able to play for them. I understand that, but to say they're furious with the Everton camp, I think is a bit of a stretch. To be honest with you, and I think we should take that with a pinch of salt. But he's also our player as well, isn't he? You know, he is. I know it's it's good to get games for your country and go out and get those caps, and it's an honour to play for your country and all that. But Everton are the ones, you know, paying his wages week in, week out. And if we want to make those decisions to play, and we should be able to make those decisions to play him, you know, I don't feel like Everton would rush any player back. So as I've just said, you know, it's frustrating for us fans sometimes if we see a player who's remotely fit, but sits on the bench for a little bit, and we really want them on the pitch. I'm one. I say to myself, look, if he's fit enough to be on the bench, get him on the pitch, and that happens quite often. But there's a reason why the coaching staff do that, and the backroom staff. So yeah, like I say, I think it's a bit of a stretch, maybe a bit disrespectful. My fault and opinion only, of course. That the Ukrainian camp would say that they're furious with Everton over it. But there you go. So we're going to be missing Vitali Mykolenko. We're not exactly sure how long for yet. I don't think, but I'm sure we'll find out in due course. But that led me on that alone led me on to thinking. This was last night. I was sitting there thinking. So who are we going to play there at left back? We did see James Garner stepped in there, didn't we? But we've also got Adam Asnu. We got him from Bayern Munich. So you'd think he's able to fill in, although Asnu was still injured before an international break. James Garner filled in there as well, and we have then got the option of potentially Jake O'Brien. Not a great option, but it's an option. Jake O'Brien. Coleman then slots in right back, or if he was to be fit, Nathan Patterson. But we don't really know what's going on there. But all that led me to think. At one point when I was sitting there thinking about like how will we play against, how will we set up against Aston Villa next week, it actually comes to me that I thought, I wish we still had Leighton Baines to play there, left back. And that then made me think, that then led on to further thoughts, and I thought, I wish we still had him. Wouldn't be good if we still had him. Players in the past. So what I've then gone on to do is, I thought, in fact, I just started doing it. I put together my best 11 for the last 15 years. And the reason why I started at 2010 is because if I'd have gone, there's two reasons really. I thought 2010 is a good place to start in the height of Leighton Baines' era, because that was why I started thinking about this little task and bit of fun. But if I'd gone back further, it's almost like a minefield. There's so many players to think of, and you keep going back, and there's a lot of players like, you look at players like, for example, Dixie Dean. You could easily name Dixie Dean. I know he's a great forever. I never seen him play. That's difficult for me to put people like that in the team, doing a greatest ever kind of thing, So yeah, we're gonna just have a look now at my own personal picks of what would be my starting 11 lineup for the past players for the past 15 years, if we had them right now. Let's take a look at it. So in goal, I have gone for Jordan Pickford in goal. As I've just said there, and I've made the t-shirt for him and everything, and we've seen that Everton are looking to sign him up for hopefully to end his career at Everton. He's an integral part of the team. I just think my opinion is that I know there's the big shout for Neville Southall, but 2010 was right at the it was after Southall, wasn't it? But otherwise there'd have been a shout for Southall if he was included in that slot. But then there's who also came close was Tim Howard. So I really think Tim Howard was a great keeper as well. But Jordan Pickford for me is just excellent. Excellent goalkeeper, excellent character, just all round excellence. I really like the guy. I love the fact he's an Everton goalkeeper. So for me, that's who I'd go for. Jordan Pickford in goal. Left back, you already know this. It's Leighton Baines. With Luca Dean, a close second. But yeah, Leighton Baines, as you already know, because that's what started me on this. Looking at this starting 11 was that I just thought when Mykolenko was injured, the first person comes to mind is I wish we had Leighton Baines there. Leighton Baines was just absolutely fantastic on the left wing, getting forwards as well. Brilliant player, free kicks, outstanding player. Our two centre-backs go one at a time, but I went for John Stones because John Stones, for me, if you think back in that era, that time, what I've given, I just think the player that John Stones was when he was with us, being able to defend and play the ball as well, was just a fantastic player. I'm right next to him. I've gone for Jarrad Branthwaite because obviously we all know how good Jarrad Branthwaite is right now. Wish he wasn't injured. We all know how good he is and how good he's going to be. And I think aside from Pickford, we heard before that Everton want to get Pickford signed up. He's an integral part of trying to get us back to Europe. I also think Jarrad Branthwaite is that as well. Phil Jagielka was one on my mind as well, but just pipped to it by John Stones and Jarrad Branthwaite for me. Right back, I have gone for 60 grand, Seamus Coleman. Tony Hibbert as a close second. Seamus Coleman. I think most people would agree, especially in the era that I've given. There's just no other right back would come close to Seamus Coleman. Leader on the pitch, leader off it. Absolute fantastic human being and football player as a right back. So left mid or wing, I've gone for Stephen Pienaar. Now, Jack Grealish was on. Jack Grealish was there. But it's too early. I'd have loved to have put Jack Grealish in, and I think if we had that team and you did have Jack Grealish playing in front of it, Leighton Baines probably would be amazing. But we don't know. We do know that Stephen Pienaar playing in front of Leighton Baines was magnificent. That partnership they had was absolutely sublime, wasn't it? So yeah, I've gone for Pienaar there on the left. In the middle, I've gone for two midfielders. I should have said at the beginning, I've gone for the classic 4-4-2, the absolute classic 4-4-2. I went for, instead of messing around with all these different formations, I kept it real, kept it old school. In the middle, as my defensive midfielder, I've gone for Idrissa Gana Gueye. I think he's been an outstanding midfielder for Everton over the past. He's had 2 stints at Everton. Obviously, he went away to PSG, got his move there. Evertonians wouldn't have denied him that at all. I'm sure none of us would have. But even when he's come back, approaching the end of his career, he's still absolutely brilliant. So fit, so calm, collected on the ball, loves a challenge. Great player. Gareth Barry for that defensive role was on my mind as well. But Idrissa Gana Gueye I've put in there. Next to him in the centre of midfield, still I've gone for Tim Cahill. Now I know this wasn't exactly Tim Cahill's role right there, but as I said, I've gone for a 4-4-2, and I was stuck on this position because I didn't know whether to put Tim Cahill there or not, and ultimately I just wanted him in my team. It's as simple as that. I just needed Tim Cahill in my team. Loved what Tim Cahill brought to us. When he was playing, we got a set piece anywhere. Tim Cahill was a threat, wasn't he? In the air, and he was just brilliant. And again, the character that he brought as well to the team. 68 goals and 29 assists, I think it is, something like that, for Everton. It's just outstanding from his position, and how we picked him up as well. It was from Millwall, wasn't it? It was super buy by David Moyes. Out on the right, I've actually gone for Iliman Ndiaye because I think, again, he's a player that I need to be in this starting 11. And I've put him out on the right because he's been switched out on the right. Now, we know the talent he's got. Once he's got that ball, he's so difficult for anybody to get that ball back off him, isn't he? Just gets his body in between the player and the ball all the time. His movement is brilliant. A close second for me, because I always liked this player. For me, I really enjoyed watching this player for Everton. Was Kevin Morales. Was a close second. I always enjoyed Morales going up that wing. But yeah, and Dye got in there. Up front, gone for the two up front. First and foremost, Richarlison. Richie, and that. See the picture I picked there is of him with the blue flare. What a picture that was! That somebody grabbed, whoever it was. So 53 goals, 15 assists in 152 games for Everton. Absolutely brilliant. When you consider, and this isn't, I don't mean this disrespectfully because it's my team, but when you consider the team he played in as well, I think that's a great record. And he's a blue through and through. Everton, Richie, isn't he? He really is. So I wouldn't mind if he'd come back still as well. I really wouldn't mind that. Now, and next to him, I have gone for Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku, 87 goals, 27 assists in 166 games. You can't question that. Now, my close friends will know that Romelu, I wasn't after he left, I kind of revealed that I wasn't a massive fan favourite of Lukaku, and it's because, just for me, at times I thought he could do more in certain games, but you cannot knock his record. And I know that'll be an unpopular opinion. People might jump on and say, what are you on about with Lukaku? But yeah, you're right, and I don't deny his record. I reckon he could have got more. But yeah, so there's my starting 11 for the past 15 years that I went off on a tangent last night and started doing it when I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great? I wish we still had Leighton Baines in our team and available. He's obviously part of the setup, but I just thought, missing Mykolenko, how good would it be if we had him? And that led me on to look at more and more. What if we started him? What if we started Tim Cahill? What if we started him on those set pieces, or Lukaku up front with that? Imagine the three now, for example. I'm not looking at that 11 I put there, but there's Dewsbury Hall, Jack Grealish, and Man and Die feeding Lukaku or Richarlison, something like that. But look, we got to trust in Beto and Barry. No disrespect to anybody else that plays in blue or has played in blue. You were all on my mind, but that's my starting 11 for the past 15 years. What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with any? Do you disagree with any? Do you disagree with any strongly? Is there any in there that you think, Nick, come on, there's no chance, I don't know, there's no chance Pienaar gets in, or John Stones, for example, over John Stones? Would you have had Jagielka? Anything like that? Let me know. Love to hear your comments on it, everybody. That's what it's about. It's all opinion based when it comes to football, isn't it? That's why we love it. But yeah, what we don't love is international break. I will, of course, watch the England game tomorrow. I'll have it on, but yeah, not massively overjoyed that they're on instead of Premier League football, but it is what it is, and we look forward to next week, which is a home game against Aston Villa at Hildixton Stadium. So stay tuned. There'll be another video coming next week with a pre-match review for the Aston Villa game. And yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on that team. Anything else? Jack Grealish, Player of the Month. Jordan Pickford, do we get him signed up? He hates Newcastle. He hates the height. Jordan Pickford is dynamite. And what are your thoughts on Mykolenko, and who should we be looking to put at left back there, because we know Leighton Baines is not available. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. These t-shirts I've got, by the way, just whilst they are here, I give these away. We do predictions on away games when I do my live match watch-alongs, and my next live match watch-along I think is going to be at the Howard Kendall suite that's due to open, hopefully, so I can show you that. But if you're watching, we do predictions on the score, and if whoever wins, whoever gets it right, wins one of these. But if you do want a Beto in the Netto t-shirt or a Jordan Pickford t-shirt, just hit me up on my email there. We'll get that sorted out. They are £16 to buy direct from me. Okay, so let me know if you do want one of them without having to win one. Other than that, guys, enjoy your weekend. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Take care, everyone. Bye now.